staying in line with the NeXt School and Google Docs specifically. This is the third version, or the third video of this for Google Docs. And what we're going to look at today is specifically forms. So this is Google Form. And again, you go into your Google Drive and you're just going to create a form. And what the form does is allows you to create a survey or a form that you can send out to people that they can populate, that you can gather information for. And then you can take that information, manipulate it, and use it as you wish. It's an amazing tool to get to consolidate information and get it together. So the first thing it's going to ask you to do is create a title for that form. So I'm just going to do sample form. Again, remember, Google simplifies things, doesn't make it overly complicated, doesn't take up a lot of space. It works on speed, so everything you can notice is really, really fast. And the reason for that is there's not a lot of stuff that needs to load. So that means you're not going to have a whole bunch of choices. So there's some basic forms here. There's some that are more for specifics like weddings and birthday parties and things like that. But let's just take a simple form. I'm going to take this one, magazine, and we're going to create that form. So now what it does is it really asks you, what do you want to do with it? So we have that. I can have a description. I can put in a description here. Used for showing the value of Google Forms. And now I can put questions in here. So there's a bunch of different questions that you can have. So for instance, you could have multiple choice questions, paragraph text, text which is a basic answer, check boxes, choose from a list, a scale, a grid, date, all these sorts of things. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to put a first question. So I would always recommend, please indicate, unless you want it to be anonymous, but please indicate your last name. And then I would make it text, say that it's required, and you're done. And so that means that's going to be a question. And the star indicates that it's required. I would say separate the names, because some people put first name last name first, or whatever. You can add another question. Again, it's text, it's required, and done. You're going to add an item. Now you might say, please choose from one of the following to indicate your favorite color. And you might say here, what we're going to do here is make this multiple choice. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Pretty simple. So you might put the first one blue, red, yellow, green, and you're not going to put every color. So what you could do is add other. So what that does is allows there to be an other. Okay. Required question. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. Please choose from one of the following to indicate your favorite color: blue, red, yellow, green, or other, and we'll give them a spot to indicate another. Let's try another one. How would you rank this video tutorial? And I'm going to put in a help text here. Please use low scale with 1 meaning low, 5 high, just basic. So then I'm gonna want this to be a scale from 1 to 5, and you could label it as high or low, but we're not going to do that. Well, we could. Let's just do that. Low, high. Again, required question. You want to do it, and that's how it'll look. And we've got a pretty simple form here. Again, remember, it's all saved as you're going, so you can view the live form. So this form is live now. So we're going to view the live form, and this is what it looks like. So some information that you need here. Here's the title that you had. Here's the little instructions I put at the top. This is the field, your last name, your first name. We see the multiple choice with that option for other. How would you rank this video tutorial from low to high? So the person would go through this, and then they would submit. So when they would submit it, it would be it would show you the information. So we're going to go to Wetzel, Michael. I'm going to say that my favorite color is, well, you know what, let's do another, and I'm going to say black. How would you rank this video tutorial? Oh, of course, I'd rank it high, and I'm going to submit that form. Your responses have been recorded. You can, it then submit, so you can submit another response, because I allow that, and then we come here. So what we're seeing now is this is what it is. I could allow readers to edit responses after submitting. No. Show the link to submit another response. I can take that out. If I took that out, then they wouldn't have the chance to submit this for him. I might want to do this if I only want them to do it once. So there's there, and then you just choose what you want it to look like. I'm going to make it a spreadsheet. This is where the responses are going to come. And it's creating the spreadsheet. It's creating the responses, because you see there, right when I did it, there's one response. Right? All I did was do it once. There's one response. I'm going to close that. Now I'm going to view the responses. So you see here, it creates, again, a spreadsheet, and it will have a few things. It has the titles, so please indicate your name, my last name, forward, and interesting is a timestamp, so it does it in order. So if you want something that's time sensitive, say you have to respond to this by this, or the first person to respond wins a prize, or whatever like that, it does that for you, and it gives you the exact time, down to the second, of when they did it. I'm going to show you how fast this is. I'm going to view this live form again. I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to do it as Mr. Black, whose favorite color is red, who ranks this a little lower. I'm going to submit that right away. Thank you. If I go to the live form response, you see, look at that. It's instantaneous that it's done. This has got unlimited responses to it. A great way to do that. Then from here, you can do stuff like sort the data and those sorts of things if you want to. Again, you can export it as an Excel file. You have amazing things that you can do with this. You can get even much more specific. You can go in here, and if you want to edit it, you could say, go to a page based on an answer. So what you'd have to do is create multiple pages. So if they chose blue, then they would go to a page that has questions about the color blue. So you might want to put this, if you're doing a format or survey for your staff, and I'm just thinking of a secondary staff, you might put out your name and then what department you're in, and then if they click the English department, then there's questions there about the English department, or there's questions about that, or if they have a comment on a specific topic, they can go in that way. So you can manipulate this form. This is an amazing thing. You saw how quick it was for me to create this form and to then get responses. It's incredibly quick. You can take this form, you can then share it. You can send the form to somebody. You can do so many different things about it. You can take this form and it creates an embed code. So you can embed this into a site. So you could, on your eCommunity site or on your school website, you could have a form that's already there that can be embedded right in, and people can fill it in right on the form. That gets a little bit more advanced, and as you get more and more interested in it, you can do things with it. But it's an amazing what you can do. Again, you can change those formats as you want. You can do a lot of things, but this is, again, Google Forms. So again, you're going to go in here, you're going to create a form, and it's going to be right there. You see it right there. And where they save it, sample form, and now sample form responses. So even if I close those two things, I can always be finding those responses. And that's real time. So I could send it out and be checking it as I go. An amazing tool, and one that you really want to be able to utilize. Again, cutting down on paper, any of those forms or any of those surveys that you would send out to staff or to the community or those sorts of things. That could be hundreds of pages of paper. It's saved here, and it's collected and aggregated for you. Amazing tool. Something that you really should consider if you're considering the NeXt school.